Hello Taurus, thank you for joining me here. And as you know, this is gonna be your monthly reading for month of March. And I did take a time off in the month of February. I did give your monthly reading, but I did not give bi-monthly because I just needed the time. I just thought of sharing that, not explaining. Anyway, so and if you are coming back, thank you so much for believing in me, and if I can help you, that would, I really, I don't know, it brings a lot of joy to me that my readings are some way useful to someone in fractions. And if you are coming first time to this channel, well, I hope you enjoy the ride. And if you like this reading, please do share, like, subscribe, or just whatever, like whatever way you can support this channel, that would be really, really appreciated. All right, okay, without any further delay, let's get into this. I already shuffled all this card, as you know. So I'm gonna get I'm also gonna add 2 oracle card to get overall situational message. And so first I'm gonna take this major arcana card to see where you are in this situation. What's your major energy that you're gonna follow? Strength. We got strength. Yeah, strength is, it comes right after chariot in major arcana, which is like all about movement in our 3D world, like external movement, making things happen in externally. And strength comes right after it, because strength, just by the card archetype, is that if you do not pay attention to your inner beast, like beast means greed, or like when you move too fast in material world, sometimes it can get very obsessed. You can only care about materialism, and you think like, not you per se, I'm saying like in general, one can think that that's all it is, the 3D world is all it is, that is there for them, and it can make them, they don't see beyond this material layout, and that can be huge block for a spiritual development and real happiness and deep sense of joy. Strength come, that's why this strength come right after chariot, to remind us that what we are made of. It's also Leo card. Leo card is all about inner child, all about this innocence and this simplicity of life that we have inside. And strength comes then to say that, look at your inner child, look at, is this your actual purpose, look at, are you really happy, and you are just chasing things just to sake of chasing, to accumulate accolades, accumulate achievement, reward, award, that kind of, it's like a grown up people checkup, so I feel like the strength card right there, it's telling me that you are on a good, like whosoever, if it resonates with you, this reading, you have to see the whole reading in order to not, more of this, like, you need to go further. Right now you cannot say whether it's resonating with you because we only got one card. But I feel like the group of people I'm associating with here, you are good, externally. Maybe your project is going well, your job is going well, your day-to-day life is going well, but you feel a lack of spiritual fulfillment. Let's say you have the, like a home stability, you have what you needed, you have your clothing, you have a car if you need that, you have all these things that you need to give you physical comfort. Physical means not physical, but physical means material comfort. But like, but there is, I feel like there is a sense that's coming on the surface, starting to come on the surface, that you starting to ask question, like not question but sensing that there is something that you don't, even though you have all this, but you are not feeling that sense of happiness and joy, that you are following your purpose, you're following your truth, you're following your call, or you are, this is something you are not feeling, that this is something that you need, you are called to do, even though you are doing it. Maybe there is a, you feel a little bit detachment from your spiritual happiness right now, or in March you are going to feel that. So that's why the strength is here. It's saying that ask yourself what's your, like true purpose, what's your inner child, what makes you feel truly happy, and then follow that. And strength is also about courage, and having that courage to, let's say you go within and you realize that, my actual happiness is not about earning a lot of money, but maybe I will be, you realize that you will be more happy if you move towards a little, more spacious place, maybe not in the directly in the city, but somewhere in little remote, but just doing your stuff, have a little gardening and more quiet, peaceful. Maybe that will not align with your ego wants. You want to be like present, very much present in the outer world, and then that may can cause conflict when you go within and find what your inner child wants and what your inner self wants. And that's why the strength is asking that, okay, now is your time to really show yourself and tame that beast, that inner, that who wants to just go for the ego satisfaction. So it can feel a little uncomfortable. That's all I'm saying. If it is, if your outer ego want and you inner intuitive want need doesn't align, doesn't match, then you have to choose which one you follow. It's totally up to you, of course. Everything is a choice. But if these two things doesn't align, doesn't match, then strength needs to come in place to help you to make a choice. Okay. Animal spirit, unicorn. Oh my god, yes, I said what I said. Oh my god, it's really, it makes me smile when I feel like what I'm saying, the cards are representing the similar thing. Unicorn is all about spirituality. Unicorn is it's like a third eye chakra. It's our sixth chakra, and it's all about, it does not bind itself within the material realm. It has a bigger purpose. It see things from, beyond this structural reality that we create around ourselves. But I feel like you are taking that realm of spirituality higher. I don't like higher. I don't like this hierarchy of knowledge. What is higher? It's all about progression, right? Some moment we need to be spiritual, some moment we need to be more grounded to material, and one is not higher one. I don't know why in every spiritual doctrine they always say higher level, lower level. I mean, I just don't understand this hierarchy. I feel like it's a plane and we kind of go through different phases according to our life situation. That's what I feel. But like unicorn, it's all about this. I feel like you are going to be very much aligned with your spiritual knowing. You are going to be very much aligned with your, you are going to basically, you are going to, if there is a choice, and if you what you do for ego and what you want inner, you intuitively, what really gives you this sense of home, this sense of happiness, if they contradict with each other, you are going to take the path which align with your spiritual fulfillment, which gives you this sense of happiness, which gives you this calmness. I don't think you're gonna go for your ego or outer satisfaction with this unicorn card here. Alright, let's get another oracle. and then we are gonna get more cards from the tarot, and we are gonna dig deep into the situation. All right, I love that. I love this card, Unicorn. Oh my god, Unicorn is one of my favorite card from this animal tarot, animal spirit. It's such a mythical, so there is a lot of imagination there, and it, because it's mythical but it's so real, it also tells us that reality is very relative and subjective. It's all in our perspective, how we look at things, and we can make it real and we can make it unreal depending on how we are looking at it. That is what Unicorn is. Unicorn is take urging you to take this different perspective to look at it. Like sometimes we feel like that everything is binary, either this or that. It doesn't have to be all the time such a fighting mode, or either 0 or 1, either black and white. There is sometimes things are much greater than that, beyond those kind of binary, and Unicorn is kind of tells us that perspective. Let's say let's say you are in a very committed, grounded relationship, but you are not spiritually. It feels like that, yes, I am stable, but I don't, what is this all for? This kind of existential, quintessential question, like, what is this all for? How I see my partner every day, but do I really appreciate or value these everyday, day-to-day works, and am I getting to know them in a different way, in a better way, in their truest way, or am I just being comfortable with the routine or habit? So it could be that kind of dilemma that you will come up, and then Unicorn and Strength is telling you that look at this in a different perspective, and then you are going to find what's really gives you spiritual satisfaction and real sense of joy, and groundedness. It doesn't have to be that you break up this relationship and go for a uncharted land, wandering by yourself. It doesn't have to be so dramatic. I don't know, life is not that dramatic. Life is very, it's very nuanced in our very simple way. It doesn't have to be like drum roll going on in the background, some drama going on high. It doesn't have to be that. Anyway, Unicorn says that. Okay, let's see. Get us one card. Get us one card, please. Sometimes, these cards are quite thick, so it's hard to. Okay, we got 2 of them, and I don't take reverse in this oracle because it doesn't make any change in oracle. We got we got these 2 card. One is number, for this oracle, number is very important to me. One is number 31, break down to 4, another is 52, break down to 7. 4 is all about, it's a very, it's like Cancerian placement, but it's a very Taurian energy, like you. It's a very about groundedness, it's about family, it's about, there is a lot of water, as you can see, there is a lot of emotion. And I think with these 2 cards, I feel like the situation you are dealing with, you are very much emotionally invested. It could be just a simple job, which are not really emotionally we are invested. It just satisfy our external needs so that we can bring bread and butter, if you eat butter, to home. But I feel like this, whatever situation that's gonna come up and you have to decide, I think it has something to do with very emotional based, something very domestic, something very familial. It could be that it very much could be love relationship, or maybe family matters, or whatever, it could be, it's something very intimate to your heart and something very emotionally that you are invested. And with seven, seven is very spiritual card. Again, it's confirming what unicorn. Because unicorn is also very, it's like ethereal. That's a alchemical sign of ether, which is all about spiritual, all about beyond one's body and this physical existence, beyond this. And seven is also very spiritual number. And witch, see witch. Witch is like, if you, you know, you understand, the witch, is very outer worldly, so I feel like with these two spirit card there, whatever matters is related to your home and emotion based. There is a certain kind of tie you may want to free from. This tie, maybe it doesn't have to be toxic tie. Let's say that you want to be, part of you really want to just be on your own and just move to a different state or move to a different city or just move to a different town from your house. But there's another part which is like always feel that need to be around in a domestic setup, or being around in a home that you are grew up with, or where your family lives, or where your siblings lives, or where your partner lives, because there is so much memory that you cherish and you feel like, what am I without this fundamental memory that I have built up in my life with these people that I adore and love. So there is a certain conflict, there is a spiritual awakening, there is a spiritual need to be independent. At the same time, you are independent. What I'm talking about, you understand, right? It's not that you are dependent on them to feed you or clothe you or give you shelter, not like that, but emotional time. You feel there is like, this mermaid is like wanna delve deep and go to some bigger ocean, but see, she's holding this rope with this ship, and in a very shallow pond, and she's just looking and wondering. And then the spiritual card unicorn comes in and it says, okay, either you look at this situation with a different perspective so that you can get this spiritual awakening, and so that you can draw satisfaction from this limitation, or you can break away from this limitation. Either way, you need the spiritual understanding of the situation, which also will require your courage and your persistence with your own belief. And I think you have no lack of that, because you are Taurian, you are ruled by Venus, and also you are, very grounded with what you want and what you need. And sometimes people can call you, people like, we can call you even stubborn. Sometimes you can get stubborn, but I feel like you have a very fair and clear idea of your opinion and what you want. It may not appear that you are that clear all the time, but when you do, you know how to persist. My whole point of this, that you know how to stick with things, you know how to stick with your opinion, you know how to stick with your idea, and you are not very easy to, like, influence. That's what I meant. All right, so I'm gonna put this too. Unicorn, don't fall. All right, so now we know where we are in terms of energy. Now get into the tarot. So it's gonna be a longer reading. As you know, if you're new, I usually, my monthly readings are quite long. It's like, depending on the reading though, but it goes up to 50 minutes sometimes, so if this reading needs that, then I will go for it. Just letting you know. See, there is a contradiction, see, I can see that like I say, you are not even in the water, you are sitting there and within the shallow pond, and then the sea witch coming from the deep bottom of the ocean. See, there is a contradiction here. I feel like you will come up with some kind of your outer want and the inner need. You need to be in that, the spiritual deep depthness, but your outer world is much more grounded, and you feel some way emotionally attached to that, and you feel you cannot really bring this thing together without causing pain or heartache to people that you care for. But unicorn is telling you that's not true. You just need to look at this thing in a perspective, in a creative way, more of a spiritual way, and then you will figure out what to do. That's what he's telling you. All right, let's see. First, the situation. Nine of Pentacles, Taurus energy, Taurian, your own energy. I feel like there is a lot to talk about. Let me get more card. Okay, I'm gonna take this too. Eight of I see the duality already. Already there is a duality. Okay, let me take a sip of water. Okay, let's talk about this three card, because these two came together, right? So there is eight of cups, in reverse. Eight of cups upright is like when the like it means that you are, something is there, it is satisfying you, because all the cups in upright, all the cups are upright, so there is not spilled or anything. It giving you what you need. Like I said, if it is a job, if it is a family, everything is perfect. It's not that nothing is troublesome, but you feel there is a spiritual need to go for something beyond, go for something rather than being satisfied with something ordinary. It's a much more ambitious card. While eight of cups is like really leaving behind what actually gives you. It's okay on paper, everything is fine. You have seven cups. I mean, what more do you want? People will say you crazy. You have everything. I mean, you have house, you have car, you have good job, you have good partner, you have good family, you look good, you feel good. Then why are you then? You will not make them understand what you are lacking, what you feel that you don't have. You don't have the sense of joy, a sense of purpose. It doesn't, something feel void. And that's when the eight of cups, this person, it also resembles, the figure resembles the hermit. Go within and find that where is my true happiness lies. But with eight of cups in reverse, it means that you are not, you feel like this is not the time. You feel like you have so many responsibility and so many things that you need to do, you need to finish. Even though this is 10, so it's about, you feel like, okay, I'm just gonna wait a little bit because it's about to finish. I have taken on so many responsibilities. I have so many people are involved, and I love them, they love me. It's a harmonical situation, but I need to finish this before I go into that, because I feel like, or maybe you are not even, sometimes you may feel like that I don't want to go there because what, that's what this coming for, it's tying you, it's like, feels like that how it's gonna be like if I just, but thing is, you are thinking of either or. You are thinking like, if you go for a spiritual journey, you cannot have what you have. That's what the Nine of Pentacles is coming again. Nine of Pentacles is saying, no, that's not true. You can have all this fulfillment. You can have this real sense of wealth. It doesn't have to be monetary. You understand that? Because that, look at this person is like really in touch with their essence of security. So that also says to me, it's like a unicorn, and sea witch, like this two spiritual card is telling that no, it doesn't have to be either or. Just sit into this and think it through. If it is too burdensome, then maybe you have to break free. Maybe that's when you really need the strength to really break free from this and go. But I don't feel like it's that burdensome. I don't think like feel like that whatever situation in, because all the cups are upright, so I don't think it's emotionally really draining you. I don't feel that. I feel like you may feel like you need a spiritual avenue or open up where you can just for yourself, because Nine of Pentacles is also very independent card, where you don't have to, maybe you don't have enough time for yourself, because all the time either you are giving to your partner, your workspace, your project, your children, and you feel like that your time for yourself is lacking, and then you feel like, okay, in order for me to give time to myself, I have to leave my family and I have to quit my job. Or no, that's like a dramatic, we can balance. Here is the balance thing is coming in place. Here is the clarity that's need to, here is the spiritual understanding of the situation come in place. Okay, let me get, I'm gonna get one more card for 10 of Wands, even though I know. Yeah, Emperor. Yes, I feel like there is a lot of, you build a solid foundation for yourself, because that's what the Ten of Wands layered with Emperor. Your external world is really under your control. Your external world is really under your control. You finished your like education, you found yourself a job, you found yourself a nice relationship, you found yourself a not found yourself build yourself a family. You did all these things, and it's really it taking, you do that, but sometimes it kind of took you away from your purpose, from your own self a little bit. You've now, after you build this, now you feel like, before you were just busy building, doing this, doing that. Now you, once you have all this, now you kind of thinking like, but I don't have time for myself. How can I grow if I don't have time to reflect or think about myself and what I'm doing, what is the purpose? If I'm only just looking down on doing job and doing performing activities, then how am gonna see beyond this? That's what the spiritual, that's why you feel the spiritual need. You feel that something needs to change. See, Emperor is very masculine energy and Nine of Pentacles is very feminine energy, and all these cards except this one is like very feminine, intuitive, spiritual kind of energy. So outer, if you look it from outside, you really accomplished a lot. So you really accomplished, it doesn't have to be gigantic, but wherever you are in your life, according to that, you accomplish whatever you need to accomplish. But there is a sense of your feminine energy, like the time for yourself, time for your intuition. Listen to your intuition. And intuition doesn't come when you are so busy doing work, because your mind, it's not relaxing, because it's all the time on the clock and on the clock. So like, that's why you need that, you feel that need a time for yourself, so that you can figure out what is the whole purpose of it, and what you need to go from here. Your life is right now kind of in automation, like you have built everything is happening, day-to-day thing, everything, no chaos, nothing. But okay, I'm not gonna take that because I didn't say it. Okay, Alright, sometimes I go into deeper because I feel all these things, and I guess I explain and maybe more than I need to. So just bear with me, okay? Ace of Pentacles. Oh my god, Taurus. Yeah, you are really getting all this card is signifying that if you are gonna be torn between choosing, you are gonna find the solution. You are gonna find the solution by choosing your feminine side. And that doesn't mean that you have to break away from all this thing that you have built. You are just gonna find a middle ground using your spiritual knowledge, but you need to allow that spiritual knowledge come to you. If you are all the time busy, it will not come to you. So you need to maintain certain sense of Nine of Pentacles energy, which is like, okay, this is my time. Okay, maybe give yourself at least few hours or 2 hours for yourself before you go to bed or something, where nobody is disturbing you, where is only for yourself, and even if you live alone, nobody means, you're not thinking about work, you're not thinking about what you're gonna do tomorrow, you're not thinking about what your partner is thinking, you're not thinking about why they feel bad, like all this. Just focus on yourself. This can bring this light back to in your own heart, and you will see what you need to do, and through this you are gonna get the spiritual knowledge, and everything gonna come to places. Ace of Pentacles is it's a finally you are aligning yourself with this essence of stability. What stability means, like in our pop culture, stability means, we think stability is about marriage, stability about good job, stability about good payment, stability about societal prestige. But really though, is it really? That's the question, right? And you are asking that question. And with Ace of Pentacles, you are gonna get to know what is really that stability that you talk about, because you are also earth energy. So stability, groundedness, family, like family doesn't have to be, conventional way. Family means people who you care for and how you can be in service to them as well, and in service to, because you are ruled by Venus. So you nurture this dynamics of family with love, with the sense of love, like romanticism, very much like not burdening it, but really appreciating that essence. And with Ace of Pentacles, we are gonna come to a knowledge like what that stability means to me. What is that really brings that stability? Right now, you are not really clear, but with Ace of Pentacles and with so many spiritual card, and I feel like you're gonna get there. But the prime thing here, that you need to give yourself time. You need to create a time for yourself until you get there. You cannot just go, and cannot just think about others, cannot just think about other objects or priorities or situation. Let's see. I'm gonna see what I'm just gonna put a cross card on Ace of Pentacles to see is there any kind of dilemma there as well. I don't feel, but let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use I'm jumping from tarot to tarot because every card, every deck is different. The interpretation of the overall energy is little different. So let's see, is there any other energy with Ace of Pentacles? Five of Wands, yes. Like I said, Five of Wands, it's like you feel like that's why you need strength to overcome your mental dilemma. Your mental dilemma would be, if I give myself time, am I withdrawing from people that who they love. Maybe you may feel that you are gonna create conflict or some, but it's temporary. Five of Wands is temporary. It's lighter. They will deal with, if they, seriously, don't worry so much about others. They love you, they understand you, and if you need time for yourself and they cannot give you, well, they have some growth to, like, they need to do some kind of real personal growing there. But I feel like more than there, I don't think they will do anything. I feel like you will feel internally, but that, oh, I'm causing this to others. It's more of a this thing, like, oh, I'm not. Let's say that you come home from work or something and your partner wants to hang out with you, but you need to give that time, but you feel like, no, I just want to stay back and I just want to have a little time with myself, maybe just put a candle or something, or whatever give you peace, and just read a book or listen to some music and just be with myself, just be with my senses, be with my feelings, and I don't want to share this moment with anyone right now. But then the next moment you're gonna, oh, but maybe they will feel like I'm withdrawing, they want to do that, oh, I hardly see them, or maybe you live together, like all this kind of conflict. But the thing is, prioritize yourself. They will understand. You need some time off for yourself during this month. If you really want to have this kind of spiritual satisfaction that you are looking for, searching for, you need to give yourself some time off, okay? Otherwise, this Ace of Pentacles is like, it's gonna go, it's not gonna be at its optimum energy. I'm shuffling, but I feel like this should be it. I don't think, okay, I'm gonna stop it. I think it's a lot of information here and lot to do as well for you. Too much information, like, because this is such an informative era we are living. We feel like more information is just more power, but how, it's really not. It's like how much processing of information is happening. That's what actually gives you the sense of knowledge. Not that otherwise it's just a garbage can. You are just throwing things without any use. You have all this information, but you don't know how to use this information. Then what's the point? So I feel like, I feel like I'm gonna stop here. Anyway, hope you get something out of it, and if you like what I do, please do subscribe and support this channel in whichever way you want. And I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye bye.